You can't be somebody who talks about big decisions without at some point addressing relationships. And that's what we're going to do this month. This month, we're going to dig into one of the hardest decisions to make in a relationship, which is whether or not to end it. Hi, I'm Mark. Welcome back to things that I've learned from the science of decision making that are just broadly useful in everyday life. And please, as always, remember to like, share, follow, subscribe. It really helps getting these videos out to more eyes. For this week's video, I want to tell you the story of a client of mine named Aya. Aya has been married to her wife, Priya, for the last 8 years. They've been together for the last 15 years. 15 years is a long time in relationships, right? It's enough time to create an entire world with and around a person, a shared way that you move through Sunday mornings, or a shared language that only you two understand. But somewhere in the last few years, that world that they created together started to curdle. I give a little bit more detail about how it started to curdle in the blog post, which, side note, if you want to get the blog post, you can find it in 2 places: on my website, markschreim.com/blog, or on my Substack, solvingforwhy.substack.com. Anyway, so the relationship had really started to curdle, so much so that when it came time at one party for Priya to say a nice thing about Aya, Priya just passed. And because no relationship curdles on one side and not the other, I'm sure there was equal amounts of hurt coming from Aya to Priya. To make matters more complicated, a couple years ago, Aya had met Daniel. They started just talking as friends, and then it developed to more than friendship. And before she knew it, Aya was head over feet for Daniel. Aya's big question when she came to me was, should I stay or should I go? Now, breakups are hard. They are hard decisions. And I'd say marriages are potentially a little bit of a harder decision because there's a whole lot wrapped up in a marriage. There's identity. Who am I if I'm not a wife, a husband, a partner, a spouse? The vows that people made. And if those vows included till death do us part, well, what does that mean to break those vows? And when I work with my clients, we address all of those things. But for Aya, those were actually not so much her big questions. Aya's big question was all the what ifs. What if I blow everything up and this relationship with Daniel doesn't actually turn out to be that good either? What if it curdles and sours also? What if I stay and the relationship with Priya just never gets better? And we spend thousands of dollars on marriage therapists' couches and just nothing ever changes? Or what if I stay and the relationship gets even worse? Her mind was swirling with all the what ifs. And that's because what ifs aren't actually questions, right? What ifs are emotions framed as questions. They let you feel like you're doing a lot of analysis and thinking. But the problem with what ifs is once you answer one of them, there's always a what if right under it. So what ifs only serve to throw you into this mental spin cycle, which is exactly where Aya was. This month, we're going to unpick how to approach big, consequential, substantial decisions when there's so much uncertainty on the other side of them. But before then, I'd love to hear what you think. Do you think Aya and Priya should break up? So leave a comment below. Let me know what you think they should do and why. And I'll see you next week.